Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
Hey guys, Sean Mayo here, and I'm going to walk you through creating a new title in CreateSpace for an adult coloring book. So you just go ahead and log in, go to your dashboard, and we're just going to click on Add New Title. And we're going to select paperback, of course, no hardcovers on CreateSpace. And we're going to name the project. And this one we're making a fairy coloring book, so it's called Tales of the Fantasy Flight of the Fairies. Then you just have to do your setup process, guided or expert. Really the only difference is the expert has almost everything all on one page. The guided is going to do one page at a time, and for us we're just going to do guided, and then you just have to enter your information. You can have as many authors as you want. For us, we actually have 3. This is a family thing, so we have 3 authors and a prepared for publication by, and it has basically every option you can think of. Produced footnotes, supplements, summaries, you name it, authored by, authored with, created by, ideas, you name it. So I'm going to enter the other names here. Prepared by Valerie. This book a part of a series. Actually, this book is part of a series, so if you want to do a series of comic books and then have them somewhat linked, you can, coloring books, or any kind of series, you would have a series title, and then, of course, name of the volume. This is number 2, if this is, when you do multiple editions, if you want to revise the book later on, and you redo it, you can take the first edition down, put the second edition up, name this, the second edition. So we just simply called the series adult coloring books. You do not have to have an edition number. Of course, only the ones with asterisks need additions. For edition number, you would just put an actual number. So this is 1, the second one would be number 2. Publication date, we're going to go ahead and put, you can only go into the past, so we're going to put today's date. Save and continue. So of course you hit save, so at any point in the future, if you stop, or your browser crashes, or you close the tab, you'll be able to restore from there. So we always use the free CreateSpace assigned ISBN, and once CreateSpace assigns an ISBN, it can't be changed. So you can't do these. You could do a custom ISBN, or you can create the universal ISBN or provide your own. It does cost $99 for the universal ISBN, and I've really never seen a reason for this. This is only if you wanted to at some point get it published somewhere else, because that ISBN number is going to belong to Amazon, or in this case CreateSpace. So if you plan on ever publishing this version of the book somewhere else, then I would either get your own from the outside or pay Amazon for one. The $10 is, to use the custom ISBN, so you would be listed as a publisher instead of, saying it was made at CreateSpace. But we're going to go ahead and assign the free ISBN. Okay, so now we have a 10-digit and 13-digit ISBN number. We just click continue, and this can never be changed. If you want to change it, you'd have to create a whole new project. Now interior types, we are going to use 8.5 by 11. This is the largest size, basically the size of a sheet of paper. You can do mini ones, but for coloring, this is really, you want it to be as big as possible. So we select that, and then here's the point where you can download the template for this size. You can get a blank or formatted templates, and you can see an estimate of your manufacturing costs. And then for interior type, you can either do white or cream paper. We use white for coloring books, of course, and black and white are color. Of course, the color is going to be a lot more expensive. So your cover will always be in color, but the interior pages, of course, is a coloring book. It really doesn't need to be in color, and it changes the price quite a bit. So we're going to look at here to see some different options for printing. Black and white, trim size 8.5 by 11. Number of pages for a 24-page book with your pages at the front and the back and all that. It's the first one we did, I believe it came out to 58 pages, and we had left a couple extra pages at the back just for extra, whatever people needed to do, trying extra colors, things like that. So, we're only printed one side, so the back of the pages, there's no bleed through or anything like that. That's really what people buying coloring books want, and it's going to make the book longer. The first one we did was 58 pages. That's for 24 designs, times 2, of course, would be 48, and then there's 10 extra pages for all the other things that were needed in the book. So at 58, but if you enter 24 or 58, I'm not sure what the cutoff is, but 24 and 58 both have the same book price. And when I checked the prices on our first one, it was the same. If we ordered one or 100,000, it was still, I believe, $2.15 a book. So if we look at one, calculate the price, it's $2.15, and if we do 10,000, it's still $2.15 a book. I'm going to look at one just to make it easier. Now if we switch this to full color, oops, okay, so we got to change it every time. Calculate, so it's $4.91, so it's a little under double the cost. So you can see there's a big difference. So we'll go to black and white again, 8.5 by 11, it's $4.91. So now to look at shipping, ship in the U.S. I looked up 1,000, and in case you want to get some to yourself. So it's $403, basically 40 cents, to have them shipped to you 5 business days. If you want to get something like 100 to sell locally or for meetings or whatever reasons you may have, 43 cents each, not a whole lot of difference. So we'll go back to the listing now. As you can see, shipping is pretty cheap, and we can save right here. Now here's where you would upload your book file. upload as a PDF, a docx, or an RTF file. And here's where we would select whether we want matte or glossy covers. I go with the glossy. For fingerprints, it really doesn't make a difference. They show up just as well even on the matte. So you can pay somebody to build a cover design starting at about $400. You can upload a PDF cover if you go on Fiverr, or you can build your own covers online, which lets you upload pictures, and we're not going to get into all that. There's tons of videos on building your own covers. So you just upload a picture and you can type in the text over it, and they'll be all in the right format. And that's how we did the first book, and we'll probably do the second one just the same. Now we'll move on to actually, my mistake. I can actually upload the book file right here, and we'll just select the book file. So we selected our file, and then we're going to select bleed. We did not do the additional bleed where it ends after the page. You know, we're doing regular, no bleed. Bleed would mean you set the margins beyond the end of the page so you can get more coverage on the page. So it's going to do an automatic reviewer to do a print check and see if there's any formatting issues. And depending on the size of your file, you know, they can get quite big, especially with graphics. It takes a while to upload. You know, this one isn't too big, and we're not using regular rasters. We use actual vectors for all of our images. Now that it's uploaded, it's going to take a few minutes to do the automated print check. And then it'll come back and show us any issues. You can go and start on your cover if you'd like, but we're just going to wait for it. So here we are at the next page to select to finish your book cover.
Holy shit.
And here we are on your final page. So once you create your book cover, you can come to this page, and this has a summary of all your information. And you can go back and edit anything you want, and that's it. Once you submit it, it will. They take 24 hours. To review it, make sure everything's okay, and they'll either come back and tell you what to fix, or it will be published on Amazon, and that's all there is to it. Thanks a lot.